Hey guys, Jake Hamilton here. Obviously, we haven't been posting as many celebrity interviews over these past few weeks as we normally do, if only just because there haven't really been that many movies to do interviews for. That being said, Netflix is still providing a lot of content, and therefore they are providing some celebrity interviews for us. So I've been talking to a lot of celebrities at home. That's sort of kind of the new thing that we're all doing during this outbreak. So I hope you enjoy my interviews with the cast of the Willoughbys, which is the new upcoming Netflix animated film. I got the chance to chat with the cast while they were all at home, which is always a great option. As always, if you don't already, please go down, hit that subscribe button, turn on your notifications as I continue to get more celebrity interviews, and I do have a lot of cool ones booked that are coming in the coming weeks. You'll be the first to know when those interviews happen. And if you don't already, also do me a favor, follow me on Instagram at Jake's Takes. I'm always posting a lot of fun pictures with celebrities and pictures of my dog and things going on around Chicago. So please do me a favor, hit subscribe, follow me on Instagram, and now enjoy my interviews with the cast of the Willoughbys. One of the reasons I really love this movie is because I understand where the kids are coming from. I get why they want to leave their parents, because the parents they're kind of selfish and they're self-centered. If you found out that certain family members were trying to run away from you, what is the reason you think they'd most want to get away?
You first, Terry.
Go. Yeah, me? Okay, I'll go.
That's a great question.
Mine would be flatulence based, but it seems like that's kind of a family trait. So we're all kind of stuck in that hell together.
I can think of several annoying traits, as well as habits, and maybe just even that, they're sick of what I'm cooking right now.
I would kill for a home cooked meal right now.
Yeah, no, it's been nice, but then you hear things like, we're having pasta again. You're like, your favorite food? Yeah. We're having favorite food again.
Probably be the gym stuff. You know what I mean? They'd be like, all right, he's in the gym again?
They're over it already?
Listen, I'm going to tell you, I am going to tell you, which is crazy. I have actually ignored my kids while I'm in the gym. That has happened. And it's funny because my kids have a rule. There's a rule where they do not bother me if I'm on the treadmill. Like, don't ever. And this is the craziest story ever. And I told my son, I said, unless the house is on fire, do not disrupt me while I'm running. So I'm on the treadmill, the whole thing. And listen, we have a window in my gym, and a fireman knocks on the window. Oh my God, I jump off and I went out there, and what happened is the alarm went off, and my son, he was standing there with the fireman. He said, my dad said, I don't disturb him. I need you to go to that window and knock on it.
That's amazing.
Isn't that crazy? I grabbed my son. I said, I love you. You did not break the rule at all.
Probably because I don't shut up. I'm like always yelling. It's definitely because they are tired of hearing me yell and scream and sing at all times.
That can't be a bad thing, though. I mean, obviously you do it for a living, so they get it for free, basically.
True, but I think it's in small doses. It's always better in small doses, right?
I'm not sure. I think mine might be my son's disappointment in my knowledge of the third grade. I think that I'm failing the third grade would probably seal it. It is very humbling when you have to do distance learning and your children finally know how much you know and don't know.
But the stuff they're teaching kids now is impossible.
Right, and there's
really
no
hard.
math. I mean, come on, right?
Obviously, one of the great themes of this movie is this idea of kind of family is what you make of it. Family's not necessarily who you're always born into. Sometimes it's your friends or people you work with or whatever the case may be. What is a cast or a crew that you guys are a part of that most sort of transcended what they were on the surface and genuinely became a family?
On my side, Brooklyn Nine-Nine is truly a fam. I've watched them. It's funny because we're like brothers and sisters, and I've watched them get married. I've watched them have kids. I mean, over the last 8 years, it's started, the family's getting bigger. But the first time it truly happened for me was on the Expendables movie. And Sly was basically like my dad. And it's funny because they were actually thinking about bringing other people in. He was like, no, Terry's going to be my guy. Terry's my guy. I want him. And he actually fought for me. And I thought, wow, that's like a dad thing. You know what I mean? And it was Jason Statham and Dolph Lundgren were like my brothers. And it felt like a real family. Now, we were pretty old. We were an old family. We were a fam. And I said, to do 3 movies with these guys, it was really special. And to this day, I view Stallone as kind of like a father figure for me in the business, because he always fought for me every time. And one time I was supposed to die in one of the versions of the movie. He was like, nope, Terry's going to live. He's going to live. I'm like, what in the world?
Wow.
It was amazing. It's like my pop, you know what I mean? So it was cool.
SNL for sure. I think the people that we were there with, and even our people that we were at the Groundlings with, I think when you find your people, you really make a home for yourself and you really find a sense of belonging. And, we have friends that we still are very connected to. I text with my group of lady friends from SNL every day. Maybe multiple and triptiple times a day.
That has to be the best text thread ever.
It's pretty great. I'm not going to lie.
I got to hang with you guys in Napa a little bit for Wine Country and just like being in that small little, just for a junket pocket moment was unbelievable.
Yeah, it's pretty.
I love that movie so much because it just to watch you guys to have been with you at Saturday night. I'm sorry, I'm going to let you answer this, but I just have to say how much I loved it because I could just imagine that I just knowing all you guys and what it was like to hang out with all of us at SNL and just thinking about you guys doing that together. It was so fun to watch that movie.
Special. Well, when it's like SNL, I always say we were all in the trenches together. So it's like, when you go to Comedy War together, you have each other's backs for life. So, Will and I we're tight.
Team behind the scenes was just so kind to me from the beginning, and they treated me like it wasn't my first role. They treated me like everybody else, and they were just so kind, so patient with me. I mean, I was on tour for a lot of it, and they were kind enough to meet me in different cities, and even when I was sick on days that I wasn't feeling so well, they were so patient, so kind, and it just felt really good. It felt not as intimidating as I thought because of how great they were. So that definitely
for sure.
felt family.
Well, first of all, I just want to say I wish that we all had this option like years ago. Yeah, that would be great if we could. What beauty in that you could choose your own family. That would be like incredible. And I love my family, and I'm very close with my family. But I do think there's a beautiful sentiment in families that aren't traditional families. In that,
agreed.
But Terry, did you? It's hard for me to say because I feel like. And it is a bit of a stereotype, but I feel like so many jobs that you work on do become your family because of the long hours and just sort of the personal stakes that are involved. And certainly at this time that we're in these sort of troubling times where we're social distancing, I feel so thankful for my family, my friends, for the healthcare workers who are helping strangers and helping people. I feel like I live in New York City, and it feels like New York City has become one big family to get through this. And that is really special at this time. If there's anything good that comes out of it is the beauty and the humanity and people giving to others.
One of the reasons I did love this movie is because it reminded me, I was like a weird kid growing up, and I loved stuff with like a darker edge to it. I remember really liking kind of the weird aspects of Willy Wonka. Were there ever like any kind of weird, darker things that you loved growing up that maybe didn't fit within the realm of like traditional sort of kid stuff?
Oh, wow. I mean, our movies were not really as geared towards kids as they are now. So, I mean, I loved Gene Wilder growing up, truly.
Yes.
Like, I was actually in love with him, had a huge crush on him. And, I love that movie, Mommy Dearest. The
yes.
I love.
Oh, wow.
Love Mommy Dearest.
Do you know that I was one of my jobs before I went to the Groundlings, or right as I was starting the Groundling system, was I tutored Faye Dunaway's son.
What?
Yeah. Did I ever tell you that?
No. I'm so excited.
So it's so interesting to watch Mommy Dearest know to I don't know what somebody's moving heavy furniture
It's
in my
Faye
house. I'm
Dunaway.
sorry, I don't know if you can hear that.
Oh, I can hear it. I like it.
Yeah. No, but it is interesting you say that, because there's so much stuff that you look back on now that you think of as wholesome entertainment that you watched as a kid. You go back and you go, oh, I didn't realize there was this darkness. I didn't pick up on it, but now I look back and it just kind of shows you how your brain can frame certain things and ignore certain elements that, I don't know.
No, it's
Yeah, I rewatched Naked Gun recently, and there were so many jokes that I'm like, oh, I did not get that joke at all when I was a kid.
Airplane.
Yes.
I mean, but also I tried to show Airplane to my kids, and there's so many, current jokes that are not current anymore.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, he never has a second cup of coffee at home. And they were like, well, I guess he doesn't, sort of like.
It's like watching it for the first time and whenever you watch it 20 years later.
Absolutely, yeah. I grew up watching a lot of different weird things like that. I mean, Alice in Wonderland is one of my favorite movies.
Yes.
I always feel like she should be a Disney princess. It's like such a weird film, but I love that movie. I was just watching it the other day. And there's this other, I loved anime growing up, and there's this movie called Spirited Away.
Oh God, oh my God, that is a masterpiece.
So it always used to creep me out a bit as a kid, but I loved it. And I watch it all the time now too. It's one of my favorites.
Oh, I can always tell when someone's really cool when they love that movie. That's such a great movie.
Oh, thanks.